Oh, man. I gotta tell y'all, I am running out of jokes in the beginning of these episodes. I don't know how comedians do this shit. So whenever I get, bored or need some inspiration, I just grab my wonderful thinking staff here and tap it on your bitch ass one time. And there we go. We have an episode. Anime Sundays, right?
You're watching Anime Sundays.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Anime Sundays, a show where we talk about anime, you guessed it, on Sundays. I am your host, Jared Ross. I don't even know what episode we're on. I think 18. I don't know. It's getting up there. You already know what time it is. Let's get right into Anime You Should Be Watching. Oh, watch the net. Watch the net. This week on Anime You Should Be Watching, I have chosen anime that is kind of hated on, actually. This week on Anime You Should Be Watching, I chose one of those kind of smaller gems that I would say half the anime community knows about and the other half kind of thinks is a little too childish. This segment goes out to the anime Assassination Classroom. Quick synopsis of Assassination Classroom. It is narrated by a young junior high school boy named Nagisa Shiota, who was in the worst class in his middle school, class 3E. Now, in the world of Assassination Classroom, there is an alien-type monster creature that is known as Koro-sensei, who one day blows a hole in the moon, which I believe destroys half of it, and says that in 1 year's time, he is going to do the same to the planet Earth. He says the only way he will be stopped from destroying the Earth is if he is assassinated in that year's time. To make things more interesting, he has decided that he will become the teacher to the worst class in this junior high school, not only teaching them academics at a better rate to make them better students, but also teaching them how to assassinate so that hopefully they will be the ones to, assassinate Koro-sensei. Now, I know you probably have questions like, well, why did he blow a hole in the moon? Why is he going to destroy the Earth? Why does he want these random kids to be the ones to assassinate him? That's kind of all a part of the big mystery and plot of the anime, and I don't want to ruin it too much. A little bit more about this anime. Koro-sensei is a pretty interesting character. He can move at the speed of Mach 20, which I believe is compared to the speed of sound. He has all types of forms that he can bend his body into that makes it almost impossible for him to kill. And besides that, when he gets really mad, he really becomes a serious, powerful force to be reckoned with. As the story goes along, not only do the kids try to assassinate Koro-sensei, but other assassins hired by Japan and the world governments seek to assassinate him because he has this 10 million bounty yen on his head. And this story is a story of a teacher really building up his students from the ground up, showing them that they can be known for more than just the worst junior high, middle school students. All in all, it is a very interesting anime, very entertaining, and I highly suggest you watch it. I believe Hulu still has the first and second season. Alright, y'all, why don't we move right into our Let's Talk About It segment. This week on Let's Talk About It, I decided I would like to focus on something that is kind of overlooked in the anime community. As you all know, the merit of a lot of animes are based on their first episode or their pilot episode that is shown when it's premiered. A lot of people may not like an anime because the first episode is kind of boring or it's kind of cliche or repetitive. This week's Let's Talk About It segment, I like to ask y'all, what anime do you think had the best first episode out of these two animes? Goblin Slayer? like Goblin Slayer and Death Note really broke off with some of their first episodes. I think Death Note really had one of the best first episodes of all time. I mean, that boy Kira, when he started getting to writing, but you know, Goblin Slayer, for them to have an episode that was that graphic, that intense, and just that horrific. But if you think, you know, one is better than the other, or you have some other examples of some animes with some really good first episodes, please drop them below and let me know what they are. Alright, y'all, you already know what time it is. I don't even have to say it. Wars. In this week's Versus Mode, I decided to take it back to some of the powerful women in anime. So, in this week's Versus Mode, I decided to match up Irene Belsarian from Fairy Tail, the Scarlet Witch, against Rukia Kuichiki, the 13th Squad Captain of the Soul Reapers and Soul Society. I mean, Rukia is very powerful, and the power scaling in Bleach is also pretty strong. I'm most likely gonna have to go with Irene. She's, you know, kind of like August, one of the most powerful wizards in the Fairy Tail verse. She knows all types of spells and casts and charms. Now, don't get me wrong, Rukia is a very intelligent fighter, and she can do her fair share of work, but I don't know if her training has, you know, leveled her up to deal with someone as versatile as Irene. But I'm sure there's many Bleach, you know, Super Bleach fans out there who are watching this and know that Rukia is way more powerful than I'm making her out to be. So if you believe she would win in a fight against Irene, please comment below and let me know why. Alright, y'all, it's a good weekend for a lot of good entertainment out there. If you haven't seen the movie Brightburn, please go check it out. It's based on the comic Dark Superman. It's pretty crazy. I just watched it the other day. Of course, you got Dark Phoenix out in theaters now. You know, I'm a big X-Men fan. I think that movie is going to be great as well. Oh, and like I said, if you're not watching Attack on Titan, log off of this channel.